So the other day I came across a Mythbusters episode involving something called Chinese water torture, the process in which water is slowly dripped onto a person's forehead, allegedly driving the restrained victim insane. And I thought, I want to do that to myself. So I put the plan in motion and went to Lowe's to get some supplies. I was originally going to get a bucket and fill it with water, but I didn't really like the idea of 5 gallons of water sitting right above my head, so I thought it would be a better idea if I just got some type of tube that I could hook up to the sink and make drops that way. I looked around for a little bit until I finally found what I was looking for. However, when I got there, I saw these pipes on the left side, and that really caught my eye, so I looked at them, thought I could use them, and then I looked over again. I saw these Cantex pipes, which are used for electrical wiring in walls, floors, and ceilings. So I ended up using these just because they were cheaper and they had more flexibility to them. I also got some rope and duct tape and checked it out in the self-checkout because there's nothing more sketchy than a guy buying duct tape and rope. I headed back home and tested things out to see if I could get a repeat drop motion happening. It took a little while, but eventually I got a decent drop sequence in motion.
Okay, so don't be jealous, but this is my extremely professional setup for my GoPro. And I will obviously be right here. Set this chair up, set this camera right here so that you can see me from a side view. And then I do have my phone right there, and yes, I know what you're thinking, I'm not going to use it. It's just there for emergencies if I if I can't get out of this, I need someone to help me. So yeah, that's why it's right there.
So after thinking about this for the past week or so, it was finally time to do it for real. So far, I'm 40 seconds in, and I decided to give up. I'm just kidding. I actually just had to adjust the drop sequence because, well, just look at this. It's supposed to be drops every few seconds. It should not look like this. I also added some duct tape to the end of the pipe, which helped delay the drops a bit. Before we go any further, I should probably tell you why I'm doing this, because I clearly don't have the audience for it. And it's mostly just because over the past year I've gained a huge obsession with Navy SEALs training, and if I had any way of joining these people, the trainers would break me like a stick, because right now I'm nowhere near mentally or physically strong enough to do this stuff. That's why over the past summer I've been pushing myself through extreme challenges to build my physical and mental strength. And as much as I don't want to admit this, even if this is just a phase of my life right now, I'm still getting something out of doing these challenges, because the ones I've done so far have made me realize small changes in my attitude and mindset. But now that you have the backstory, let's get back to the challenge. I know I'm supposed to be completely restrained, like neck tied down, head tied down, but I'm not, because, well, this is a one-man show. No one's helping me do this. If there was an emergency, I would have no way of getting out. And if I did buy like actual straps, it would cost me over 20 bucks, and I'm not spending more than $20 on a video when I still have under 1,000 subscribers. So the first 2 hours were, I don't really even know. They're kind of a blur, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Also, I thought my roommates were completely asleep by this time, like I just thought they were chilling in their rooms. But at 2 a.m. the door opened, and this caught me off guard a lot. I was very confused because I had no clue they were actually out and about. I thought they were in their rooms.
Are you Japanese torture testing yourself?
It's Chinese water torture.
Ah.
And I have tarp down so I'm not getting the carpet wet.
Okay. So you're mentally torturing yourself.
Tyler, why is this a thing that you're doing?
Right.
And it was after this where I started to feel some real pain, and I started to get really, really cold. I tried to take my mind off it by reciting scripts from movies and songs, and if you're wondering why most of the video is just me doing voiceovers, it's because, well, I hate talking to the camera, and I thought if I kept putting off talking into the camera, time would go by faster, and in some way it kind of did. Now it's like 3:30 a.m. I thought I wouldn't see anyone else for the rest of the challenge. I thought I was home free, I wouldn't have to deal with any conversation. But around this time, the door opened again. It was a bunch of random strangers that I assumed were friends with my third roommate that I don't even know that well. For me, 6 a.m. was the hour that went by the slowest. I felt super uncomfortable. At 7 a.m. I was surprised to hear my roommate coming down the stairs, considering the fact that he got home around 2 a.m. So I was for sure he was going to sleep in a little bit, but nope, already up at 7 a.m.
Morning. Are you good? Why would you put yourself through that?
I guess I'll just use the analogy like if you're just going on a flat road not really going to experience anything different if you just keep going to the flat road. So, but if you go uphill, it's going to be kind of difficult and not fun. But once you finish it, you get to go downhill. So once I finish this, I will feel a lot better.
I see you were twitching.
It feels like I don't know how this is. It feels like an elephant is sitting on top of me.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it. It's a psychological torment.
So for the last 30 minutes, this is what I did. Pretty surprising, right? Until finally...
We're gonna take